I added up what it costs to date in 2026. Not marriage, not kids, not a mortgage with someone. Just dating. The getting to know you phase. The let's see where this goes phase. The I'm paying for dinner because chivalry isn't dead, but my bank account is about to be phase. You ready for this number? $47,000. $47,000. That's not over a lifetime. That's per year. That's what it costs to be a good partner in 2026. If you're doing it the normal way. Dinners, coffee dates, weekend trips, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, Valentine's Day. Just because flowers, splitting rent utilities when she stays over, 4 nights a week but doesn't technically live there. So you can't claim her as a dependent. I checked my spreadsheet. I checked it twice. I checked it a third time because I thought maybe Excel was broken. Maybe Microsoft was playing a prank on me. Maybe Bill Gates himself hacked my computer to make me feel poor. Nope, it was $47,000, and that's conservative. That's me being nice to myself in the estimates. That's me not counting the time she said, let's just grab drinks. And it turned into bottle service at a club I didn't even want to go to. For context, the average American makes $59,000 a year before taxes. After taxes, you're taking home maybe $42,000 if you're lucky. If you live in California or New York, $38,000. The government takes their cut. State takes their cut. Social Security takes their cut for a program that won't exist when I retire. So let me get this straight. You're telling me I'm supposed to spend more than I make on someone I've known for 6 months, who might ghost me next Tuesday, because I didn't laugh at her TikTok. And I'm supposed to smile about it? I can't even afford myself right now. I'm out here eating ramen with an egg cracked in it like I'm a Michelin star chef. I call it egg drop surprise. The surprise is that I'm 34 years old and this is dinner. I'm reusing Ziploc bags. I wash and dry Ziploc bags like they're heirloom china. Passed down from my great-grandmother. I have a system, a rotation. The sandwich bag becomes the snack bag, becomes the trash bag for my car. My car has 237,000 miles on it and sounds like a lawnmower having an asthma attack. The check engine light has been on so long I forgot what it's checking. I think it's just part of the dashboard now. Decorative. I haven't been to a dentist since 2019. My dental plan is chew on the other side. My retirement plan is hoping I die at my desk so my job has to pay for the funeral. And you want me to take someone to brunch? Do you know what brunch costs in 2026? $38. For eggs. Eggs. The same thing that comes out of a chicken for free. The chicken doesn't charge the chicken, but you put it on avocado toast. Call it artisanal. Add some microgreens that taste like nothing, and suddenly I need a second mortgage. The waiter brings it out. You look at the plate. There's 2 eggs, maybe 3 if you're lucky, some bread, half an avocado. And you're supposed to act like this is worth $38. You're supposed to Instagram it, put a filter on it, write blessed in the caption. I'm not blessed, I'm broke. There's a difference. I'm not saying dating is bad. I'm not saying love is a scam. Love is beautiful. Love is wonderful. Love is the thing that makes life worth living. I'm saying the economics of modern dating are designed to put you in a financial chokehold. It's a subscription service you can't cancel. It's like Netflix, but instead of watching movies, you're watching your savings disappear. And unlike Netflix, you can't share the password with your friends to split the cost. And here's the thing nobody wants to admit. Nobody. Not your friends, not your family, not the Instagram couples, pretending they're happy with their matching Adventures Together hoodies. Here it is. You ready? Being single in 2026 is the best investment you can make. I said it. Cancel me. I don't care. I'm already canceled by Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Amex won't even look at me. What's one more? Let me break this down for you. Let me show you the math. The cold, unforgiving Excel spreadsheet at 3 a.m. math. That made me question every decision I've ever made. Let's start with the basics. Coffee dates. Oh, it's just coffee, Bill. It's casual, low pressure, no big deal. Cool. Starbucks in 2026, $12 for 1 drink. Not 2, because you're being a good person, $12. But it's not because you can't show up to a coffee date empty-handed like some kind of animal. You gotta look good. You gotta smell good. You spent $15 on that fancy beard oil last week. Another $20 on a haircut. You're wearing the nice shirt. The one without stains. The one you usually save for job interviews and funerals. You go on 1 coffee date per week. That's 52 weeks. 52 dates. That's $624 on coffee. You didn't even get food. You didn't get a muffin. You got a beverage that costs more than my phone bill and tastes like burnt sadness with foam on top. And half the time, she orders something insane. A Venti caramel macchiato with extra caramel, soy milk, 2 pumps of vanilla, 1 pump of hazelnut, whipped cream, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The barista needs a manual to make this drink. It takes 7 minutes. There's people behind us. They're angry. I'm sweating. The drink comes out. She takes one sip. This is good. Then she doesn't finish it. Leaves it on the table. $12 of liquid art, abandoned. Like my hopes and dreams. But okay, coffee is the warm-up, the appetizer. Now you're texting. You're vibing. She sends you a good morning text with a little sun emoji. You send back a smiley face. You're in. She wants to do something fun. You suggest a movie. She suggests dinner first. Oh boy, oh buddy. Oh, my sweet summer child who still believes in affordable romance. Dinner in 2026? Listen, you can't go to Applebee's anymore. You can't. Because if you suggest Applebee's, she's going to think you don't value her. She's going to think you're cheap. She's going to tell her group chat. Her group chat is going to roast you. They're going to screenshot the text. Make memes. You're going to become a legend, not the good kind. The can you believe this guy kind. So you go to the nice casual place, the one with Edison bulbs hanging from the ceiling, like industrial fireflies, reclaimed wood furniture, a chalkboard menu with locally sourced written in that annoying cursive handwriting. That's hard to read. You sit down, the waiter comes over. He's wearing suspenders. Suspenders! In 2026. He tells you about the specials in a tone that suggests he's doing Shakespeare in the park on weekends. You order appetizer because you can't not order an appetizer. That's rude. 2 entrees. She gets the salmon. You get the chicken because it's $4 cheaper. And you're already doing math in your head. Drinks. She wants wine. You get a beer. Domestic, not imported. You're not made of money. Dessert to share because we shouldn't, but let's live a little. The bill comes. $85 before tip. You look at it. You look at her. She's smiling. She had a great time. You had a great time too, but now you're doing calculus. $85, tip should be 20%. That's $17. Round up to 90. Call it $100 to be safe. $100 for one meal. You could have bought groceries for 2 weeks with $100. You could have filled up your gas tank twice. You could have gone to Target and bought stuff you don't need but felt good about. You do dinner twice a month because you're not trying to be excessive. You're being reasonable. That's 24 dinners a year. That's $2,400. We're at $3,000 and we haven't even left the city yet. Now she wants to travel. Let's take a weekend trip. Nothing crazy. Just something cute. Something romantic. Something we'll remember forever. You know what something cute means? It means a bed and breakfast in Vermont, where the owner tells you about the history of the house for 30 minutes. And you have to pretend to care. It means wine tasting in Napa, where you pay $40 to drink 5 tiny glasses of wine that taste like notes of oak and berries, but really just taste like wine. It means a cabin in the mountains with a hot tub and no cell service so you can disconnect. You can't disconnect from debt, Karen. Debt has Wi-Fi, debt has 5G, debt will find you. Weekend trip, flights, or gas if you're driving, hotel, Airbnb fees, cleaning fees, service fees, fees for the fees, meals because you can't cook in a hotel, activities because you can't just sit there. You gotta do something, hiking, museums, that cute bookstore she saw on Instagram. That's $1,500 minimum. You do that twice a year because you're making memories and investing in the relationship. That's $3,000 on memories. Memories don't pay rent. I tried. I went to my landlord with a scrapbook, photos of me smiling, receipts from fun times. I said, "This is what I have." He said, "Get out of my office before I call the police." Now let's talk gifts. Oh, buddy. Oh, my sweet, naive, innocent little buddy. Who thinks a thoughtful card is enough? Birthday? $150 minimum. You're getting her something thoughtful, not just nice. Thoughtful. That means you listened. You remembered that thing she said 3 months ago about liking vintage jewelry. Now you're on Etsy at midnight scrolling through necklaces, trying to find one that says, "I care about you, but also, I have a budget." You find one. It's $120. You buy it. You also get her favorite chocolates, the fancy ones from that boutique shop, $30. And flowers. Always flowers. $60 for flowers that will die in 4 days. But she'll take a photo, post it on Instagram, tag you, say best boyfriend ever. You're not even boyfriend yet. You've been dating for 4 months, but now you're locked in. Christmas? $200 minimum because it's Christmas. It's the big one. You can't mess this up. You get her something meaningful. Maybe concert tickets to see her favorite artist. Maybe a nice bag. Not a designer bag. You're not insane, but a nice bag from that store at the mall where everything is just expensive enough to hurt. Valentine's Day? Another $150 because flowers are $60 on Valentine's Day, $60. The same roses that cost $30 last week are now $60 because capitalism discovered romance. You still need chocolates, a card. That says something poetic that you didn't write. Maybe a bracelet. Something sparkly. Anniversary of when you met? That's a thing now. Didn't used to be. When I was growing up, anniversaries were for marriage now. Everything is an anniversary. First text anniversary, first date anniversary, first kiss anniversary. First time she laughed at your joke anniversary, first time you saw her without makeup anniversary. That's another $100. Random just because gifts to show you're thinking of her? $50 a month, flowers, her favorite snack, that book she mentioned once. A candle that smells like eucalyptus and sea salt from that store. Where everything is overpriced but comes in nice packaging. That's $600 a year. In spontaneous romance. Total gifts, over $1,000 annually. And that's conservative. We're at $9,000. And I haven't even mentioned her birthday dinner with her friends, where you're expected to pay for everyone, because it's her special day. That happened to me once. I'll never forget it. I'm traumatized. I need therapy specifically for this dinner. I show up. I think it's me and her. Intimate, romantic, candlelight. We're gonna talk about our future. Maybe I'll hold her hand across the table. Like they do in movies. Wrong! It's her and 7 friends. 7! She didn't tell me. She said, come to dinner. She didn't say, come to dinner and finance a bachelorette party. All of them ordered appetizers. Plural. Multiple appetizers per person. All of them got cocktails. Not one cocktail. Multiple rounds. They're laughing. Having a great time. I'm sitting there watching my bank account evaporate. Dessert? Of course dessert. They share 3 desserts, but everyone wants to try a bite. So we just order 3. The bill comes. I look at it. My vision goes blurry. I think I'm having a stroke. $340. $340. One of her friends looks at me. You got this right? Since it's her birthday? I smiled like a coward. I paid it. I put it on my credit card, the card I was trying to pay off. The card that now has more on it than it did before. I went home. I sat in my car in the driveway. I cried. Not little tears, big tears, snot running down my face tears. My neighbor saw me. She asked if I was okay. I said, I'm fine. I was not fine. But wait, there's more. There's always more. You think you're splitting costs. You think it's 2015 and we're all progressive? And fair and evolved? Wrong again. Here's what happens. You suggest splitting the check. She says, oh, totally, I got Venmo. No problem. You pay. She says she'll send her half. You wait. Nothing. 3 days later, you're like, hey, did you get a chance to Venmo me? She says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. She sends you $20. The meal was $60. She sent $20. You don't say anything because you don't want to seem cheap. You don't want to be that guy, the guy who argues about money, the guy who Venmo requests his girlfriend. So you just eat the $40 loss. Congratulations, you just got finessed. You just got played. You just paid $40 to learn that we'll split it means you'll pay most of it. Now let's talk about the hidden costs, the invisible financial assassins. The stuff nobody warns you about because it sounds petty, but it ADDS up. Gym membership? You didn't have one. You were fine. You did push-ups at home, maybe some sit-ups. You went for a jog when you felt motivated. Which was never. But now you're dating. Now you want to look good for her. You join a gym, Planet Fitness, $20 a month, that's reasonable. That's $240 a year. But wait, Planet Fitness doesn't have the equipment you need. You upgrade to LA Fitness, $50 a month, that's $600 a year. On a gym, you go to maybe twice a week if you're being honest. Haircuts? You used to go every 2 months. Supercuts, $15. In and out, you show her because a guy named $35 per cut, plus tip. Call it $45. That's an extra $400 a year. On hair that's just gonna grow back. Clothes? You used to dress like a college student who gave up. Cargo shorts in the summer, jeans in the winter, graphic tees from concerts you went to in 2015. A hoodie with a stain you can't identify. Not anymore. She made a comment. Not a mean comment, just, you know what would look good on you? A button-down shirt. Now you're buying clothes, real clothes, adult clothes. Button-downs from J. Crew. Chinos, shoes that aren't sneakers, a jacket that goes with everything. That's $1,000, easy. And that's being cheap. If you go to Banana Republic, add another $500. Subscriptions, you had Netflix, that was IT, $8 a month. You were happy. You rewatched The Office for the 14th time and felt good about it. Then she comes over. She wants to watch that show on Hulu. You get Hulu. Then she mentions something on HBO Max. You get HBO Max. Then it's Disney Plus because she wants to watch that new Marvel show. Then it's Paramount Plus for some reason you don't even remember. Now you have 7 streaming services. You're paying $80 a month. That's $960 a year to watch TV. TV used to be free. You just had to watch commercials. Now you pay to avoid commercials. But you're still watching commercials on half these platforms. Oh, and your car? It's dirty. You never cared. You'd clean it maybe twice a year, vacuum it out, spray some Febreze, call it good. Not anymore. She made a face when she got in, not a disgusted face, just a face. The kind of face that said, I'm not saying anything, but I'm definitely thinking something. Now you're getting it detailed every month, $60 a pop. They vacuum the seats, clean the windows, make it smell like new car. Even though your car is from 2009, that's $720 a year. On car cleaning? For a car that's just going to get dirty again. Therapy? You're stressed. You're anxious. You're worried about money. You're worried about the relationship. You're worried she's going to leave you. You're worried she's not going to leave you. And you'll be broke forever. You start seeing a therapist. Her name is Dr. Patterson. She has a nice office, calming music. A couch that's too comfortable, you fall asleep once during a session. $150 per session. Twice a month. Because Dr. Patterson says you have a lot to unpack. That's $3,600 a year. To talk about your feelings, to process your trauma. To hear someone say, and how does that make you feel, for 50 minutes straight. And here's the kicker. The absolute wild card. That puts you over the edge and makes you question whether love is even real. Her rent. Bill, I'm a little short this month. Can you help me out? I'll pay you back. You say yes because you're a good person. You want to help. You love her. 200 here, 300 there. It's fine. It's temporary. She's between jobs, or her paycheck got delayed, or she had an unexpected expense. Except it's not temporary, it's every month. Because her job doesn't pay enough and she's looking for something better. But she hasn't actually applied anywhere in 3 months. That's $600 a year minimum. Sometimes more if it's a bad month. Or if her car breaks down, or if her cat needs surgery. You're not even living together. She has her own place. Her name's on the lease. But somehow you're paying her rent. Add it all up. Coffee dates, 624 dinners, 2,400 weekend trips, 3,000 gifts, 1,200. Her birthday dinner massacre, 340 gym, 600 haircuts, 400 clothes, 1,000. Subscriptions, 960 car detailing, 720 therapy, 3,600. Her rent contributions, 3,600. Total, $18,444. And that's before I add in the spontaneous stuff. The I'll just grab the Uber because she doesn't want to take the subway. The I'll get her phone bill this month because hers got shut off again. The groceries you buy for her place because you're staying over anyway, so it's our food. Add another $5,000 for miscellaneous chaos and financial Stockholm Syndrome. We're at $23,444. Still think I'm exaggerating? Still think I'm being dramatic? Let me tell you what happened to my boy Marcus. Marcus is a good dude. Best dude I know. Works in IT. Makes decent money. $65,000 a year. Has his own apartment, his own car. He's doing fine. Marcus meets a girl. We'll call her Jessica. Jessica's beautiful, funny, smart. Marcus falls hard. Like cartoon character running into a wall hard. They date for 6 months. Then she moves in. She doesn't work. Not unemployed, not looking. Just between things. She's finding herself. She's exploring her creative side. Marcus says it's fine. He makes enough for both of them. He's happy to support her dreams. Marcus pays rent, utilities, groceries, internet, her car payment. Because it's our car now, even though he never drives it. Her phone bill. Her student loans because she can't make the payments. 2 years later, Marcus is $60,000 in debt, $60,000 credit cards, personal loans, a line of credit he opened to consolidate. Jessica leaves him. For a guy with a boat, a guy with a boat. The boat isn't even that nice. It's a used pontoon from 1998 that smells like fish and regret. Marcus doesn't even like boats. He gets seasick. But now he's alone and broke. Marcus had to move back in with his mom. He's 34 years old. Eating bagel bites in his childhood bedroom, staring at the ceiling, wondering where it all went wrong. His mom does his laundry. She makes him sandwiches. She doesn't ask questions, but you can see it in her eyes. The disappointment, the I raised you better than this. I know where it went wrong, Marcus. It went wrong when you thought love was supposed to cost you your financial future. It went wrong when you confused supporting your partner with financing another adult human being who is fully capable of working but chooses not to. Here's the truth. The thing nobody wants to say out loud because it sounds cold. Because it sounds unromantic. Because it sounds like something a bitter person would say. Dating in 2026 is a luxury. It's not a necessity. It's not a requirement for happiness. It's not something you have to do. It's a luxury item, like a Tesla or a Rolex, or health insurance that actually covers stuff instead of just existing on paper. If you can afford it, great. Go wild. Fall in love. Take the trips. Buy the gifts. Build a life with someone. But if you're like me, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, if your savings account has $17 in it, and that's only because you forgot to buy lunch yesterday, Being single is not a failure. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not a sign that something's wrong with you. It's a strategy. It's a choice. It's you saying, I'm going to prioritize my financial stability. Over societal pressure to couple up, let me tell you what I did with the money I saved. By being single last year, I paid off my credit card. The one with 27% interest. The one that was eating me alive. Like a financial parasite. Every month I'd pay the minimum and the balance would barely move. I threw every extra dollar at it. Canceled subscriptions, stopped eating out. Stopped pretending I could afford things. 6 months later, zero balance, zero. I cried when I saw it, happy tears this time. I built an emergency fund, a real one, not $500. That disappears when my car needs an oil change. 3 months of expenses. Sitting there in a high-yield savings account, safe, boring, beautiful. I fixed my car, got new tires, fixed the air conditioning. No more duct tape on the side mirror, no more praying it starts in the morning. No more weird noises that sound like a dying robot. I went to the dentist, got my teeth cleaned, got a cavity filled. They're not perfect, but they're not falling out. That's a win. The dentist said, "See you in 6 months," and I said, "Yeah, probably," and I meant it. I started sleeping better. You know why? Because I wasn't stressed. I wasn't worried about splitting a check. I wasn't anxious about Valentine's Day. I wasn't lying awake at 3 a.m. doing mental math about whether I could afford dinner. And pay my electric bill. I was just existing, peacefully, cheaply, happily. I started working out, not for anyone else, for me, because I wanted to feel better. I do push-ups in my living room, free. No gym membership required. I read books from the library, also free. I forgot how much I liked reading when I wasn't spending all my free time planning dates. And worrying about money, I hung out with my friends. The ones who don't care if we go to a fancy restaurant. The ones who are cool with pizza and video games. The ones who don't make me feel bad for being broke. And yeah, I'm lonely sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. And pretend I'm some enlightened monk who doesn't need human connection. There are nights when I wish I had someone to talk to. Someone to watch a movie with. Someone to tell me my jokes are funny. Even when they're objectively not. But you know what I don't wish for? I don't wish I was $40,000 in debt because I thought buying affection was the same as earning it. I don't wish I was stressed about money every single day. I don't wish I was trapped in a relationship with someone who sees me as an ATM with feelings. Here's the game plan, the survival guide, the Bill's blueprint for financial freedom. Through strategic singleness. Step 1, accept the reality. Dating is expensive. It just is. You can't hack it. You can't budget your way into making it cheap. There's no Groupon for romance. A coffee date is $12. Dinner is $100. Trips are thousands. That's reality. Accept it. Stop fighting it. Stop thinking, well, maybe if I just... No, accept it. Step 2, decide what you can actually afford. Not what you want to afford. Not what you think you should be able to afford. What you can afford. Right now, with the money you actually have. Look at your bank account. Really look at it, not the quick glance. A real, honest look. Look at your debt, your bills, your goals. Then decide. Can you afford to date right now? Be honest. If the answer is no, that's okay. That's not failure. That's called being a responsible adult. Step 3, set boundaries like your life depends on it. If you do decide to date, set a budget. I'm serious. Treat it like a category in your spreadsheet. Dating, $200 a month. That's it. That's the line. If you hit the limit, you're done. No more dinners, no more bars. You're going for walks. You're having picnics. You're watching Netflix at your place. You're getting creative. If she can't respect that, if she makes you feel bad for having financial boundaries, she's not the one. Move on. Step 4, stop performing wealth. You don't have. You don't need to impress anyone with money you don't have. You don't need to pretend you're doing better than you are. If someone likes you because you took them to a fancy restaurant, they don't like you. They like your credit limit. Find someone who's cool with splitting a pizza. Someone who thinks a walk in the park is romantic. Someone who doesn't need to be bought. Step 5, invest in yourself first. Before you spend a dime on someone else, make sure your life is stable. Emergency fund? Check. Debt under control? Check. Retirement account? That isn't a joke? Check. Then you can think about adding another person to the equation. Because here's the secret they don't tell you. The secret that dating apps and rom-coms and Instagram won't say. The best relationship you can have in 2026, it's with your savings account. Your savings account will never ghost you. It'll never cheat on you with a guy who has a boat. It'll never forget to Venmo you back. It'll never make you feel bad for ordering the cheapest thing. Your savings account just grows, silently, loyally, compoundingly. Every dollar you put in, it sits there, waiting, growing, being faithful. That's love, baby. That's real love. Look, I'm not saying don't date. I'm not saying die alone in a studio apartment surrounded by cats and regret. And old takeout containers. I'm saying think. Use your brain. Run the numbers. Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, is this person worth $47,000 a year? Maybe they are. Maybe you meet someone incredible, someone kind, someone who makes you laugh, someone who also thinks it's insane to spend $340 on birthday brunch, someone who's okay with being broke together. If that's the case, go for it. Build something, together, as partners, as equals, not as a financial hostage situation. But if you're out here swiping right because you're bored, because you think a relationship will fix your life, because you saw an Instagram post of a couple on a beach and thought, I want that. Stop. That couple is in debt. I promise you, I guarantee it. They're financing that beach trip with a credit card they can't pay off. They're smiling for the camera and then arguing about money in the hotel room. They're one unexpected expense away from a complete breakdown. Don't fall for the illusion. Don't fall for the performance. Stay single. Stack your money. Fix your life. Build your emergency fund. Pay off your debt. Get your teeth cleaned. Fix your car. Sleep at night without anxiety. Then, when you're ready, when you're stable, when you can actually afford to share your life with someone without destroying your financial future, then you date. But not before, not in 2026. Not when eggs cost $9 and my therapist costs $150 per hour. And my car sounds like it's actively dying. I'm Bill. I'm single. I'm broke. But I'm less broke than I was last year. And next year, I'll be even less broke. And honestly, that's the closest thing to a love story I've got right now. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Because I'd rather be single and solvent than coupled and catastrophically in debt. Good luck out there. You're gonna need it. Actually, you know what? You don't need luck. You need a budget and some self-respect. And maybe a therapist, but mostly a budget. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have $17 in my savings account. And a bag of rice that's calling my name.